Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. As much as manager Rob Pelinka says that the Lakers have a good squad capable of competing for the championship, during the games the reality is different. What we see is a Lakers totally dependent on Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and still with a weak rotation. And no punctuation. So there's a lot left for the current Lakers to be favorites. NBA rumors, 3-4-1 trade brings long-awaited third star to Lakers. If the Los Angeles Lakers make a move, Chicago Bulls resurgent star Zach LaVine should be their dream target, Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley wrote. Buckley reasoned LaVine's dynamic game and dangerous shooting could haul LA's attack to an even higher level. The Lakers already have the fifth-ranked offense at 116.8 points per 100 possessions after November 3 games, buoyed by Redick's complex and intentional offense built around Anthony Davis's MVP-caliber play. But LaVine, according to Buckley, would be an upgrade from D'Angelo Russell, who is struggling under Redick's system. Russell is only averaging 12.2 points on 40.3% overall shooting and a paltry 29.4% three-point shooting. He showed signs of life when he dropped 19 points on 50% three-point shooting and 6 assists in their 131-125 win over the Toronto Raptors on November 1. In contrast, LaVine has regained his form that made him a two-time NBA All-Star. He has scored 20 or more points in 6 of the Bulls' first 7 games. LaVine is averaging 22.7 points on 49.5% overall shooting and a terrific 45.8% clip from the three-point line. Between LeBron James, a more involved Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves, the Lakers would still have more than enough playmaking, Buckley wrote. LaVine was the only player in the league to average over 24.0 points per game and make more than 38% of his threes across at least 250 games from 2019-20 to 2022-23. LaVine has 3 years and $138 million remaining in his 5-year $215 million contract with a $48.9 million player option for the 2026-27 season. Trade talks between the Bulls and the Lakers for LaVine are likely to resume again, Clutch Point's Anthony Irwin reported on Thursday, October 17. One name league sources say to keep an eye on is Zach LaVine, who has played well in preseason in his return from foot surgery, Irwin wrote. Chicago and the Lakers held trade talks last season and briefly over the summer, and sources say those talks will almost assuredly pick up back this year with LaVine looking healthy again. Since the Lakers are over the first apron, they cannot take back more salary in a trade than it sends out. To get to LaVine's $43 million salary for this season, it would cost the Lakers 3 of their rotation players, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and either Jared Vanderbilt or Gabe Vincent, Los Angeles Times' Dan Woik wrote in September. A 3-4-1 trade will also open up 2 roster spots for the Lakers, who still have the $5.2 million taxpayer mid-level exception. Zach LaVine trade had LeBron James support. When the Lakers mulled their options at the February trade deadline, a LaVine trade had James backing at that time, according to The Athletic. James was also in support of the Lakers trading for DeJounte Murray or Zach LaVine, 2 Clutch Sports clients, in the weeks and months leading into the 2024 trade deadline, according to those sources. Sam Amick, Anthony Slater, and Jovan Buha reported on February 14. Murray was ultimately traded to the New Orleans Pelicans in the offseason. Meanwhile, LaVine's injury-riddled season saw his trade value drastically drop. The Bulls desperately looked to unload him, but there were no takers. And despite James' interest in having LaVine as a teammate, the Lakers stood pat and did not make a move this offseason. Now that LaVine is showing no ill effects of his last knee injury, will the Lakers make the move? Austin Reeves is emerging as the Lakers' third star. Despite navigating the 5th toughest opening schedule in the NBA, the Lakers have managed an impressive 4-2 start. While Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and new head coach J.J. Redick have justifiably garnered much of the credit, it's Austin Reaves who's quietly shining. He's elevated his game and is emerging as the third star LA needs to make a serious title run. Reaves is the basketball equivalent of an average-looking dude at a party chasing the girl. While she's checking out the other guys, he's there, refilling her drink, complimenting her dress and making her laugh with self-deprecating jokes until she falls for him. Unlike almost every other player in the NBA, Reaves doesn't have that A+ highlight reel athleticism. He's had to master all the other aspects of the game, the ability to absorb contact, the fundamentals, the IQ and the motor, to carve out a significant role in the NBA. He might be the best guard in the league at drawing contact, the next iteration of James Harden or Chris Paul, adept at leveraging every trick in the book under the NBA's new foul rules to get to the line. While Reaves certainly gets the majority of fan bases outside of LA red-faced in anger, they have to respect the bravado. Reaves gets mauled each game, hitting the floor on what feels like every other play, yet he simply brushes back his black mop of hair with a grimace and continues to grind. He combines upper-middle-class Kyrie Irving-level ball handling with a repertoire of shoulder jukes, head bobs, body feints, and pump fakes to keep defenders guessing. Once he penetrates the lane, he's arguably the best wing finisher in the league, hitting a ridiculous 91.7% of his shots from 0 to 3 feet this season, which isn't just a fluky outlier. He shot 83.3% at the rim in 2022-23 and 81% last year, underscoring his consistent ability to convert around the basket. Reaves' playmaking is consistently sharp. He showcases a full arsenal of passes, from simple perimeter swings and finding wide-open teammates beyond the arc to a masterful drive-and-kick game. However, his decision-making as a ball handler in pick-and-roll situations has been crucial in taking his offense to the next level this season. Redick has been adamant about featuring more Reaves-Davis pick-and-rolls, and the early results are impressive. Through the first few games, Davis is first in the league in roll-man possessions, averaging 5.2 per game. This action, with Reaves as the ball handler, has quickly become one of the most potent plays in the NBA, with Davis scoring in the 96th percentile on these possessions. Above all else, this is a shooter's league, and Reaves has unleashed a new and improved jumper. After a slight regression last season, where he shot a modest 36.7% from beyond the arc on 5.1 attempts per contest, he has boosted his three-point percentage this year. His refined shooting mechanics, spreading his feet for better balance and generating more lift on his jumper, suggest that this performance is not just an early-season heater but a genuine transformation. Additionally, Reaves has sharpened his mid-range game, connecting on an impressive 50% from 10 to 16 feet, making him one of the more challenging wing players to defend in the association. On defense, Reaves will probably never morph into the next coming of Alex Caruso, an unbudgeable perimeter defender who can lock down his assignment and play free safety, consistently leading the league in deflections. Still, don't let the baby face fool you. Reaves plays with an edge. Whether he's matched up against a superstar like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or a physically imposing wing like Anthony Edwards, he mixes it up, gets on their nerves and scraps throughout every possession, doing just enough to stop them from going on a game-altering scoring streak. Reaves' emergence as a two-way force makes him the ideal complement to James and Davis. With his offensive growth and defensive tenacity, he could be the X factor that elevates the Lakers in a fiercely competitive Western Conference. Don't be surprised if this is the year Reaves truly arrives, propelling the Lakers to a top 4 seed and a deep playoff run.